Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
It's something that most people may not think about, in their daily activities. Oh, I have to recycle this, or, I'm going to class and I've got a drink, and what's the closest thing? A garbage can.
But other things, there's myths out there that, yeah, once we recycle our material, it's going to be hauled away to the dump anyway. But basically it's not, because those materials are valuable. They're a product to someone, and we do, obtain money for them based on market prices. So yeah, we do recycle them.
I think there are a lot of misconceptions about what happens to material that goes into a recycling bin. Some people think that, well, yeah, right, they just pick up the trash and the recycling together and throw it away. That misconception is very prevalent in a lot of areas. Because they heard a story about one time a recycling truck full of recyclables ended up just taking it to the landfill, or some company that was just looking for a profit and really wasn't responsible was taking everything to the landfill, etc. I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there like that, but I would say that most companies, and in most cases where there's a recycling bin there, the people are going to take responsibility for that and make sure that it's appropriately recycled, because it really doesn't make much sense to spend the money to buy the recycling bin, to have the infrastructure in place, and then just throw it away, because there is money to be had. I don't really look at things as trash. I look at things as resources.
I can tell you that basically we collect trash from our residents here in Knoxville, about 56,000 residents, and we collect about 50,000 tons of material from those residents each year. And easily enough, 30 to 40% of that material could be recycled. It's paper products, cardboard, glass, plastic, aluminum.
Here at the University of Tennessee, when we've done waste audits where we take a look at the waste, the trash that's coming out of particular buildings on campus, roughly 65 to 70% of what's in the trash can could have been recycled in our existing program here on campus. So we have a great potential to increase how much we're recycling on campus. People should recycle for many reasons. One of the primary reasons is to conserve resources.
What we're doing is we're saving a lot of energy from having to be used when we recycle materials, from having to make them initially in the first place.
Another is to save money. That's a big reason to recycle.
It's the right thing to do, and there's a lot of benefits.
Another primary reason for recycling is to conserve landfill space. Nobody wants a landfill near their home either, so they're typically out in remote areas, and those areas are becoming less and less available.
Well, landfill is just pretty much that. It's a dump, and it's either materials are either taken or put into the ground or buried on top and covered over.
75% or more of the trash in the United States goes into landfills, and those are just basic tombs essentially for containing trash, where it can be again reused or recycled or incinerated. There are several benefits of recycling. One, most people feel really good about recycling because it's a very physical way to contribute to society. For example, they're saving energy, they're saving resources, so people feel good about something that they can do in their homes, in their workplaces, at school, that can benefit the environment. It's a very simple, hands-on thing that people can do.
For example, if we recycled a ton of aluminum cans, we would save enough energy to power someone's home for about 10 years.
Some people can make money from recycling as well. Aluminum prices are really high right now, copper prices. Paper can be very valuable, cardboard, other materials like that. People definitely pay for those materials to be recycled.
We teach it in our schools when kids are young. We have a program here in Knoxville on our webpage, and we try to get the information out about what we recycle at our drop-off centers. We have a lot of brochures, we have a newsletter, so we're telling all the residents in the community exactly what we will take at our drop-off centers. the kids are more excited, but then we've got to get the adults to get the kids to the recycle center and bring the material. So the adults are going to have to drive them to the center. So what we're really going to try to need to do is get the adults more interested in recycling, provide some incentives if we can, provide different ways that we can provide recycling services.
You're throwing away resources. You're throwing away something that could be used again, something that could, you know, make somebody some money, save people money, save trees, save oil.
Basically, even for small business or large business, you have to take account and maybe do a study and audit of the materials that you produce, and just see which ones can be recycled. Find ways to collect those and then get them sent off to a recycler so they can be processed.
I think every home or business should have a recycling plan. It can be as simple as, you know, having a bag that you can keep your newspapers in, and each time you go to the grocery store, you take your newspapers with you and put into the recycling bin. But I definitely think that each home, each individual in an office, or each business should have a recycling plan.
With our educational program, we have the county has in the schools, and they have a group of AmeriCorps folks that work with some of the schools and they teach kids about recycling and composting. We have our brochures that we hand out at events like a House and Garden Show about the different services we provide. We set up and do our Earth Day event and a computer collection event. So those things kind of are awareness projects that we try to do. For example, we have a thermometer collection event or exchange. If you bring in a used mercury thermometer, we'll give you a digital one, and it's just more like an awareness program so we can get the information out. We also periodically send out a newsletter to all the residents in town. So we collect about 7,000 tons of material that's recycled annually here in Knoxville.
At the University of Tennessee, for the 2006-2007 fiscal year, we recycled just over 1,000 tons of material.
People are recycling more and more. Well, the rate has gone up in Knoxville from about 5,200 tons to 5,800 tons this past year.
It's more than just putting it in a trash can versus a recycling bin. There's a lot more behind the scenes that's going on.